Good evening, YouTube. It is the 28th of May. It's Bank Holiday Monday, and it's fucking hot. I am absolutely sweltering in here. All the windows are open in the house, and it is just a killer, basically. Um, it's a Monday, so what we do, we look at what's coming out. We look at if any pickups have come out. We look at my review. Now, I didn't watch anything over the weekend, so we can cut the review straight out. I'm not going to make up a review for something I ain't watched, or keep it fresh whenever I can. We'll look at what's coming out next week as well, but also where we're hitting the end of May, I'm going to have a little snifter, and we'll look at what's coming out in July as well, and there's some good stuff coming. So, first things first, the most important thing, competition. I think I've found some better stuff. I'm going to do originals this week, and I'm going to give you a little preview of the next week. It's going to be the sequels to those. So let's have a look. Two separate prizes again this week, singles, and then we'll do the sequels of those next week. So for this Friday coming, so we will just be hitting into June, the first prize is Independence Day. Classic film. The other one, Sin City, awesome film in my opinion. The artistry on this film is just incredible. So these are your prizes. One competition, two competition. Alright? The next week, preview of next week's competition, we've got the sequels to both. I just never get these angles right, do I? So we've got Independence Day Resurgence and Sin City 2, Dame for a Kill. Okay, so that's your preview. They are going to be next week, so I will remind you next Monday or next Friday night when I've done the first draw. But this week's competition, get on Facebook and enter now, guys. Prize 1, prize 2. Alright? So I told you I'd come up with something better than what I had up there, so hopefully you like those. Let's see how many entries we can get in this time. Let's see if we can break my record. Now, what came out today? There was some good stuff. Early Man turned up today. That's 4K and Blu-ray, and I think it might be in 3D as well. That's Aardman Animation. I want it, but I ain't paying full price for it. Fury came out 4K. That's an awesome war film. Brad Pitt's amazing in that. Maze Runner Death Cure finally arrived. I think my stepson might be buying that, and he might lend it to me, so I'll wait and see on that one. Downsizing, Matt Damon. That's the one I've been wanting to see for a while, so I'm going to try and find that cheap somewhere. And then the last decent thing that came out is Winchester, which is the Helen Mirren horror spooky house one. So that's what came out today, because even though we have a bank holiday, things still do arrive. Next week, gotta be said, not a bad week. So that's the 4th of June, we've got Iron Fist. Now I like the look of this. I haven't really watched too many, but I like the look of it. It's coming out as a steelbook and Blu-ray, and that's the first series. Marvel, I think they're really getting these different series right. I actually think Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is waned off a bit. But there you go. Darkest Hours out next week. Gary Oldman as Churchill. I think that looks amazing. That's 4K and Blu-ray as well. Saving Private Ryan's out in 4K. Now tell me that landing scene doesn't need to be seen in 4K. That's going to look amazing. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I've got the microphone here, I'm trying to get a bit of a better sound for people. I mean, I might still sound like crap anyway, but finally that Game of Thrones is out next week, that 4K one. The cheapest I've seen is still $44.99. I do not think it's worth that price. You think about it, it's going to cost you 300, 200, 300 plus notes to get it in 4K. No one's going to pay that, so they need to rethink these, I think. The series 1 through 7 of Game of Thrones on the new special editions, the limited edition covers, they're out next week as well. That was part of my top 10 last week, so you know how good they look. 1517 Paris, that's where there was that terrorist attack on the subway. And, you know, do we need another retelling of another tragedy? But personally, I'm not going to watch that, but that's just me because it, you know, upsets me. And Birth of a Dragon is out next week, and I've seen about 3 different adverts for this. Looking good, but you know, sometimes the storyline can crash a bit. I am interested in that, but we'll see. that's the mainstays of what's out next week. Now, of course, I already said we'll stay away from the review this week. I don't have any pickups to show you right now. Well, I was ill. I haven't really been out anywhere. There is some stuff during the post, but maybe a couple of original things. So a bit of a slow week, but we'll pick up. So we get on to the mainstay. One special mention. It is literally 2 weeks, and Black Panther is out. Does anyone realise that Infinity War is at about 1.9 billion in the cinema right now? Amazing. Another week and it'll go through the 2 billion barrier, and it hasn't even come out on any other format yet. Wow. So let's have a look at what's coming out in July. Firstly, the first thing I slagged off already, the 4th series of Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, controversially, I've sold my 3 series that I had. I hadn't even started watching them yet. I figured I'm going to try and get it in like a whole package at some point. I got good money for them, and it turned it into more films for me, so that's the way I like to do things anyway. You Were Never Really Here's out in July as well, and that's Joaquin Phoenix. He's got a lot of praise for that, so it is looking good. If you're not sure what it is, get on Amazon, type it in, see what you think. The Mission Impossible steelbooks, the 4K steelbooks are out in July as well. Now, get on Zoom, get on Zavvi. These are looking really, really nice. Artwork's good. You know the transfer is going to be good. Again, but I can't justify them right now. Game Night's out in July. Yeah, that looks funny. Spawn, the re-release, is out in July as well, and it's hovering around the £8 mark, so not too bad. A bit of a shabby film if you ask me. Doable. But £8, yeah, brand new, that's worth it. Red Sparrow. Now, a lot of people have criticised this. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence, they must have paid you a lot of money, but Atomic Blonde. I mean, Atomic Blonde was shit in itself, so whether I'll even touch Red Sparrow, I don't think I will. But 4K and Blu-ray is what it's coming out as well. We got the Steelbook of Fight Club. Get on my Facebook page and have a look at the cover of this thing. As I mentioned previously, a lot of the stuff that's coming soon, I look to get the publishing information as soon as I can and get it out onto my Facebook page so people know what's coming. I've got all the cover art for that on my Facebook page. Take a look, it looks amazing. I'm bloody getting that film because it's an amazing film. One that I've heard a lot about because a lot of people talk about it, but I've never seen one. Rick and Morty series 1's out in July as well, so I might actually start having a look at that. The new Tomb Raider film, 4K Steelbook, 3D Steelbook, and Blu-ray that's coming out as. Unfortunately, the exclusive is with HMV on that, but it looks good, but I just don't want to get it from HMV. The Long Good Friday is being re-released again. I think it's already out once, but it's Bob Hoskins. Anyone at my age knows Bob Hoskins, even from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, for God's sake. Brilliant actor. I haven't seen Long Good Friday, but I've never actually heard anything but praise for this film, so it's something I wouldn't mind picking up. In July at least, the thing I am most excited to see is A Quiet Place. Lots of people love this film. I haven't heard nothing bad about it. It's coming out 4K Steelbook and Blu-ray, and again, unfortunately, the Steelbook is an exclusive to HMV. Yay! Finally being released now. Many videos ago, I had this on pre-order, and I said if anyone wants to take over my pre-order, they can. Nobody contacted me. The Terminator 2 3D 4K Blu-ray CD pack with the metal hand claw is finally getting its release in July as well. I mean, it's been put back about 6 times, but that's for a real collector because you're talking 180 notes, but it looks like it's sold out, so you're going to be talking 300 quid on eBay now. But I had to cancel it. I couldn't justify that. Peter Rabbit's going to be out in July. Being Peter myself. 4K and Blu-ray. It's had a few slams, but I've had people who watched it and enjoyed it, so I will give it a chance. Pacific Rim Uprising is coming out as a 4K Steelbook 3D and Blu-ray. I love the look of this film. Certain people I know, you know you are, loves this film. and you can't wait for the sequel. So I know a lot of people are passionate about this. It should be quite good. And one that sneaked in under the radar, I think it's out the first couple of weeks of July. G.I. Joe, the first two films in a double pack, 4K. So yeah, the first film I enjoyed. The second one, can't quite swallow that film. I got it, and I got it in 3D separately, but I think they could have done better. I think they had a few too many cast arguments in amongst all of that, but that's the mainstay of what's coming out in July as well. So we've got some good stuff coming up. June's really got some major stuff coming out. Black Panther's going to knock everyone's socks off on Blu-ray and 3D and 4K, I think. So quite looking forward to that. So not the longest video in the world tonight, only about 10 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. Tomorrow we're going to come up with a nice, decent little top 10, and hopefully something will come in the post. We'll see, but I'll let you know. Take care. If you want to enter the competition, remember, be a subscriber. Befriend me on Facebook. Remember, it's Blu-ray space Bullet Brett. Okay, I'll message you, you message me and say which one, if not both, that you wish to enter, and it never costs you money to get these prizes to you. Alright, so you take care, enjoy the rest of the evening, and let's try and get my entry record up. Come on, let's go, all of you enter it, please. Take care.